Hey there, it's Dana here with Love Soul of Flowers, and we have a fun tutorial tonight, and we are going to be doing something for Christmas. It's one of my favorites. I do own a business, and it's one of my best sellers at Christmas time. So if you do different events, or if you need just a bunch of cheaper crafts that you can sell for your business, this is the best one to do because it's super easy, super quick, and everybody loves them. Great for teachers' gifts, great for last minute gifts. If you're going to someone's house for the holidays and you just want to bring something little, this is really, really cute. So we are going to show you step by step how to do this. Our website, as always, is lovesouloflowers.com. We also have our community group where we share our different ideas, get feedback and things like that. And that's facebook.com/groups/lovesouloflowers. And of course, you can catch us on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. So we got a lot going on. And if you haven't checked our website lately, go see. We've got lots of nice, cool, good things going on there. So let's just head into this craft. So what I've got first, I know it's backwards in the camera because of how we video it, but it does say hot cocoa. If you can't read backwards, it says hot cocoa. I just have this mug because we are going to make a flower cup of cocoa. So I like the word hot cocoa, but you could just use any kind of Christmas mug. I've found a few that said something like, I love hot chocolate, or what was the other one? Cold hands, warm heart, things like that, that I like to apply to hot cocoa just so it's kind of obvious that that's what it is. But if you just want to use a regular Christmas mug, I know we all have got a million Christmas mugs in our house that we probably don't need or use. Of course, any of those work. Now, what I've done already, obviously I need to prepare ahead of time. So this is the spray foam. It's great stuff. Spray foam. It does expand, so only use a little bit because you actually want it pretty low down in your cup because we're going to fit all the other stuff, on top of it. So you're going to want to just spray the bottom of it just so that it's like about halfway. If you do not know how to use spray foam, please join our community group and you can ask all the questions you need to know about that. But it's perfect for things like this where you just squirt it in and it fills it up, expands, and it's cheaper than getting a different foam ball for each thing. You could fill up a bunch of cups with one can. So I've got my cup and then I have a flower. Now this is up to you how you want to do this, but I dyed it a cocoa color. I used Aroma Rose because I was able to really stretch it out wide because the top of my mug is really wide. If your mug's not that wide, then you don't need a flower that kind of does that. A couple other roses that are good for the cocoa part of it, the Helena. The Infinity Rose is always my favorite because it's nice and flat on the top and it looks like kind of swirling cocoa, but it gets covered a lot. So it doesn't really matter what you're using to be the cocoa in your cup, as long as you can fluff it out to be the size, because you don't want any gaps. So you want it to be the size of the whole of your cup. The New Beauty, of course, is easy to spread out. So again, it doesn't really matter what flower you use as long as it takes up the space in your mug. Again, I did the Aroma Rose. It doesn't matter that I've like stretched it as far as it can go because when we put it in there, all the edges and everything, they're going to be covered. So it's okay that it comes undone a little bit there. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stem the flower that I dyed a cocoa color. And if you haven't dyed flowers before, we do have videos on dyeing. And you can pick, a nice brown. Some people like it a little darker. Some people like them a little lighter. Again, I would just go pick whatever color brown you like to be the cocoa. And I put a little metal stem in there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue it straight down into my foam. So I'm going to just put a drop of glue on my foam. And I'm going to insert it right in there until I am flush with the top of my mug. Now, I'm going to curl my sides in and I'm going to kind of just pin them in by gluing them there. And I just want to make sure that we've got those down so they don't peek out. Because obviously if it was, liquid cocoa, it couldn't kind of float outside of the cup. So I'm just kind of gluing the petals down. And again, depending on what rose you used, you'll have different type of pinning down here. I'm going to curl some of these down a little bit just to be out of the way. I liked these petal ones because, you know, they still look like a flower, but it looks like a little swirling hot cocoa in there too. So again, I'm just doing this so that it's flush. The center doesn't have to be flush because we're going to cover that with what we consider our whipped cream. And you won't have to worry about that being visible. Oops, I lost my stick here. So let me just curl that in. And basically I want to just flatten it out. Make sure that it's not coming over the edge of the mug. And again, most of it's going to be covered, so you're really not worrying too much about where that's going. Okay, for our whipped cream, we're going to use a carnation. This is a 3-inch carnation. And I'm going to put a little bitty nubby stem in the back of that. Okay, so I'm going to see that. And look, I'm going to cut it to be real short. We just want to have something that goes down in there that has the glue, a little more security. And I'm going to kind of open up my center here of my flower. Again, it's okay that it's kind of torn up because I'm covering it. So I'm going to open that up, so I'm going to make some space for my whipped cream, which again is my carnation. I'm going to put some glue right on that nub. And we're going to go down, making sure that I'm centered in my mug here. So I've got my cocoa down. So you can see, you'll see just like the edges of it, cocoa. And then I've got my whipped cream, which is my carnation. Now, for marshmallows, because we can't have hot cocoa without marshmallows, I used this air dry clay. So you can order it obviously in white. You're going to want white because you're going to make marshmallows out of it. It's a foam clay and it dries within 24 to 48 hours. So what you do is it's going to come in a moldable. It's kind of wet when you open it. You're going to form it into little marshmallows. So I've already done these because obviously I had to let them dry. So basically, sorry, my light is flickering on you here. Basically, you're going to round it out this way and tuck it in this way, and you're going to make little marshmallows. Look how realistic they look. So these, again, this was like just regular white wet clay, and then I formed it into little mini marshmallows, and then I let them dry for 48 hours, and now they're ready to use. Now, how many marshmallows you use is going to be up to you. I like kind of a marshmallowy cocoa, so I'm going to put them, and you're just going to kind of put them all over the place. Some people put them on top of the whipped cream. Some people just stay under the whipped cream. You can have them kind of dipping over the side a little bit, and we can bunch some of them together. Again, you're going to want it some standing up, you know, because when you throw marshmallows into your mugs, you know, they just go all over the place. They don't have a little bit like, let's not try to be symmetrical or have the same amount on each side. Just going to tuck them in. I'm stacking them on each other here. Sorry for that flickering. My light is flickering. Sorry if that bothers any of you. All right, let me keep going. I got some more going here. Okay. So I've got marshmallows coming all over the place. I'll do a couple more in the front here because the words are in that side, so it's kind of the front. I'm going to just, oop, he flipped over. Well, I guess he's going to end up there. Okay. All right. So now I've got my whipped cream, my marshmallows, my cocoa. And now is the best part. It's going to be a chocolate drizzle. I'm actually going to put my mug on top of my messy tray here because I don't want it to get all over my table. So this is what you can see. This is my chocolate tray. So what we've done is we've gotten They have mini, I got mine on Amazon. They have mini, because I have a mini hot glue gun, brown glue sticks. And that's going to be our chocolate syrup. So I'm actually going to try it this way because I want my front to make sure my front looks good. So we're going to do a drizzle. So I'm going to take my chocolate sauce and I'm just going to drizzle it across. It looks so realistic. And I let it kind of drip off the front and the back too. Like it's kind of going over the edge, you know, like kind of like if you squirted a bunch of chocolate sauce and it kind of hit the sides and dripped over. We like it kind of messy. And I'll add actually extra drips when I get this done. So I've got that. And then I'm going to come across the other way. So I do about 3 wiggly stripes down one way and then 3 wiggly the other way. It really looks like chocolate syrup. So between the chocolate syrup and the little marshmallows, it's so realistic looking. Again, this is one of my best sellers at Christmas because it's a perfect little gift. You don't have to sell it for too much. So it's kind of one of those grab and go gifts for last minute things. Okay, so now I've got my chocolate sauce on it. And now, like I said, I'm going to come to the edge and I'm going to let it actually drip. Now, if it drips too far or covers your words or you don't want it on somewhere on your mug, once it dries, you'll be able to just peel it right off, just like hot glue can peel off the actual mug part. So you can see here, see how I got it dripping off the edge? So I kind of just let it do its thing. I squeeze it onto the edge and let it drip. I don't want it in front of my words, so maybe the back could get a little bit extra drips. So again, just adding those little final touches. And it's so cute. I have them in my house for Christmas decor. So you got to wait for it to dry. So see how mine, I got a little bit on the tea. I'm just going to pull that off. But if you try it while it's too wet, then it doesn't just peel off. So, all right. But yeah, I have them, I pull them out with my decorations. I put them on side tables. You can even put them on a cute little wooden slab coaster or something like that. Make it extra cute. So as you can see, it's super realistic. Looks like real chocolate syrup. Looks like real marshmallows. Of course, the carnation is the perfect squish of the whipped cream there. And then again, the brown underneath, again, it doesn't really matter what flour you use because as you can see, you just see little bitty tucks of it. So it's not that big of a deal. Again, what flour you use, I would just use whatever big flour you have at home. But again, this one was Roma Rose because it can open really wide. I needed a really wide one. Helena's are pretty wide, and same thing with New Beauties. You can open them to bloom them a little bit more. So anyway, I hope you liked this Christmas craft. It's super fast, super easy, super fun, and really cute for a last minute gift. If you need to make something, you know, a lot of these things are quick to get, especially if you use things like the air dried clay from Amazon. You can get those things on Prime. So if you needed this for this week, here we go. Here's a cute little craft for you.